Oh, hello, one and all, and welcome back to Geek vs. Nerd. So I got to start this one off with an apology. First, my computer crashed, then my other computer crashed. So I lost everything trying to get it back. Then I had a wedding in the family, then a death in the family. Lots been going on. My apologies for the Deadpool giveaway. I'm working on retrieving that. I'm just going to go back to the archives. We'll get that out to you, and I'm going to throw in a little bonus with it.
I
That
actually have a
for the
bonus here,
winner.
Danny. Thanks to our good old friend Kevin Smith, I have a free digital code of his newest movie, the 430 movie, to give away with the first person to comment on this episode. Whether you comment on our TikTok or the YouTube, the first comment will win a free digital code of the 430 movie, which you can redeem instantly on any choice of viewing platforms. That's a great little apology to get us back into the game, especially because of all of our great new TikTok followers.
Yes. So we have that giveaway there for you. Whoever wins the Deadpool pop will also get a little bonus as well. If they choose to comment and say what it is, that's fine. If they rather just be like, "Ooh, this is nice," I'm happy and not say nothing, also fine. It's up to you. Show world. We are all squirrels. By the way, Squirrel Mafia. It's a real thing. Be careful.
It is.
Oh,
So, Danny,
this is we just went to Rhode Island for this is my first time going to Rhode Island Comicon. Chuck's been there several times. This is
I
my
feel
first
like
time.
Cartman when they're like, this is our first time on the UFO. Cartman's like, this is like my eighth time.
Yeah, it's like that was my first probe. He's what they call a probe buddy. I'm not sure what that means, but I decided not to ask questions. Didn't really pull on that thread. I got a special shout out for Susan. Wonderful. Happy to meet her. She was great. Her staff was amazing, fun, funny, attentive. But they like when it came to crowds, lines getting a little off kilter, hustling people in. They handled it. Everything was done respectfully. It was just an all around great time. Loved it. Had a ball.
My core memory, like as cool as it was to meet the Reno 911 guys and everything, my heart will forever be with Dogpool. Like the fact that that dog had the line that it had for 3 straight days is absolutely insane. It was her first ever Comic Con. I thought it was really cool. And we do always shout out here with the celebrities because this is our show. This is unfiltered. Yo, Steve from Blues Clues, you're a dick, buddy. Like I know that, but he's on this whole. Oh, Steve from Blues Clues checks in on us. Yeah, I was all about it, and we were there with our friend. And I got to tell you, this dude was more of a dick than the Power Rangers and Jeff Goldblum combined. And anybody that knows my history of complaining about those two, it was wild. And then on the polar opposite of that, Soleil Moon Frye absolutely fucking incredible. And Tori Spelling,
Yeah, I
honorable
give a
mention.
shout out to Tori Spelling, who went out of her way to engage with everybody. We're talking people that weren't even waiting for her in her line. Couldn't have been nicer. Um, I'm bad with names, so out of the pie cast, there was one
Yeah,
guy
Chris Klein.
with what?
Chris Klein.
Chris Klein. All you heard from him was laughter, smiles. He walked out from his table. It was nonstop. Chris Klein smashed it out the park. Amazing.
Dude. And then the Reno 911 guys showing up in costume to like just take it for I got amazing pictures of them fake arresting people. But the fact that he was wearing the fucking ostrich skin boots from Zeppeteria de Ballerina killed me. But then, I mean, we had multiple great interactions with Gary Anthony Williams, who plays Uncle Ruckus on the Boondock shows, and arguably one of the funniest improvs I've ever seen in person there with him. I mean, what was your favorite celebrity interaction?
Williams and the guy who played Man Thing, because that was just started
You ever
talking about anime. We're talking. So when I talk anime, I talk deep cut anime. What I go back into 70s, Star Blazers, uh, Get a Robo, Robotech, Macross. So he knew Robotech, Macross, how the stories intertwined and then went on and took a weird left turn and came. So, oh, this is awesome. And we're just sitting there
I,
engaged with this guy for at least 20 minutes. And it wasn't like he was like, okay, you guys had enough. Like, no, the conversation just organically ended. Fantastic.
well, and if you remember, I walked up to him by saying, like, were you in the bootleg universe Justice League show on Netflix? There's Shazam. And he was like, yeah. And I was like, dude, my buddy and I took a bunch of edibles one night and watched the show. And he goes, dude, that's the best way to watch it. And we were just in with him like that. You know what I mean? And it was just so organic. It was amazing. And then I got to give a shout out. Avatar Kyoshi leaking to us that she was going to return for season 2, which just started filming 2 days ago. So really cool there. But as compared to New York and Chicago, what did you like and not like most about this convention?
I like this one better because it had more comic central stuff. So Boston got real bad with this. So I don't even enjoy Boston Comic Con anymore. My first one there was amazing. I met the cover artist for Daywalker, and we had a conversation,
Yep.
gave some art tips. But then all that is celebrities. I honestly don't find that enjoyable. I'd rather talk to artists, people that are creating, people that are like doing their own stuff. Like if you check out some of the interviews we had, these are people that are, if you don't like Marvel and DC, like where stories have verged off to, watch some of these interviews. Like these are some amazing creators, and they have
Javon Stokes,
ideas and
Michael Terracciano, like
yeah, it's fantastic. So I like
was.
the blend of both. You can still get there were still stars there. There's still like people to meet, but they're accessible. Unlike like Goldblum and Boston, they ushered them in. It was kind of like the soup Nazi. Sit there, get your signature, move on. Don't engage. Don't look up. Don't interact with them. Here, you actually get to engage the celebrities. It's great. The setup is amazing. They have everything sectioned off, but it's all in ways that forces you to go to each section. So if you want to see something, most likely something you want to see is going to be in one of these 3 sections. So you'll have to still engage around. And you get to see amazing cosplayers. I mean, there was a couple of Wolverines who actually did the Wolverine attack at me. So I got to get the nice little screenshots of that. Cosplayers were great. Staff was amazing. Had a great time. I got some awesome Lego figures because I didn't even know there was a Voltron. That was a fun little finder outer.
And I gotta give the shout out because I never thought I'd say this. In what world did I ever think that at a Comic Con I was gonna get a blanket that would change my life? This thing is a Harry Potter spell. I wrap myself in this thing and I am instantly out like Rip Van Winkle, like nothing I've ever had. This is what Cosby was using. I'm convinced of it. Just wrap them in the blanket and they go to bed. Bye. But yeah, absolutely incredible there. I put up a great TikTok with my Comic Con haul, as you can kind of see behind me. I've got my wall of Funkos. I just got the Star Sapphire and Black Hand to go along with everything. But yeah, I got some great stuff there. I love the convention. Like I said, this was my 8th year doing it. The one thing that we didn't get to check out because it's not very well advertised compared to other cons, I will say, is the cosplay meetups where they'll do like all the DC characters will meet up at a certain time or the Marvel one. So that's something that I would like to focus more on next year is like finding, because I've learned only after the con about the Facebook groups for it. So that's definitely something I want to add on to. But like it's very accessible for the amount of guests that they have and the way that the convention floor is set up. I find it much more accessible and less exhausting than some conventions. I still think New York is the coolest for the simple fact that those 4-way escalators that you take to every floor lead to some amazing interactions
Yeah,
with
there's
cosplayers
like
and stuff
a
like
lot
that.
of stuff there. That if anybody saw us at Rhode Island Comicon, went to Rhode Island Comicon or anything like that, and if you know about any of the groups that discuss like cosplays and stuff, hey, shoot a link over, mention in the comments, like hit us up, let us know. So I'd like to talk to some of y'all ahead of time and actually like kind of get some footage, get some pictures, get some video, all that
Get your
stuff.
geek on. That's what you want
Yeah,
to do. You want to get your
seriously.
geek on at Comic Con. But yeah, so all in all, the con was a big win for me. I got a bunch of stuff that I was looking for, a lot of it last minute too, thanks to Danny. But yeah, got some fun souvenirs, some great interviews. Those are all up on our YouTube. You can check our TikTok for the trailers for each one. All of our full episodes are always going to go to the YouTube from now on. We are going to be moving a bit away from the Facebook, as we've just taken stock over the past few weeks while we've been together here and just seen where our audience is coming from. And we feel that TikTok and YouTube, and now moving into Instagram as well, are going to be the best platforms going forward. We still will post regularly to the Facebook like I always do for memes and stuff. But as far as watching our full episodes, YouTube's going to be your main archive, and then we'll cut up clips for the TikTok and
Yeah,
Instagram.
like
But if you want to see the
Facebook,
full show, you come to
Facebook be
YouTube.
like a depository where you can check stuff out. A lot of pictures is easy to just slap up there, and like a lot of cosplayers can just quickly hit up on you Facebook, tag themselves or whatever. So it'll still be used, just not in the manner it was.
Yeah, and I mean it's been a learning curve for us. I've spent the past 2, 3 months, Danny, kind of learning the TikTok algorithm, getting us up to a point where our views would get 500 views in an hour or so. We thought that was awesome, and then after Rhode Island, we've now got multiple videos that have hit 50,000 plus. So it's like we understand that there's an audience there on TikTok. The same thing with the Instagram. So I'm moving into those, but our full episodes are always going to be here on YouTube. And then we'll post those YouTube links to the Facebook. But exciting new stuff coming with that. So wrapping up Comic Con, Danny, I did get a shit ton of Marvel and DC news over these past few weeks that well, I've shot to you everybody that knows when we report on news here, I verify it through two sources before I bring it to you guys, because I don't want to be one of those bullshit rumor report Facebooks that post one random guy's tweet and then we don't know what's going on. But I do have it confirmed through two people, some great MCU details going forward, James. I want to get your opinion on this. Number 4, for Spider-Man 4, it will be titled Brand New Day, which those of you who don't know, that is a very famous series in the comic books. But Spider-Man is going to side with Doctor Doom for Avengers Doomsday and will not come back around to the hero side until Secret Wars. And it's also been announced that Doctor Strange 3 is going to be directed by Sam Raimi and that Doctor Strange is going to be the villain of his own movie. It seems to indicate, according to my sources, that the central plot of the movie is that Doctor Strange has turned his back on all the heroes and formed an alliance with Doctor Doom to create battle worlds to stop any future incursions. The characters that will appear in Doctor Strange 3, I have confirmed, are Wesley Snipes' Blade, Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, Charlize Theron's Clea, and Tom Hiddleston's Loki. I also got it confirmed today that Franklin Richards is going to be a key part of Secret Wars. When he debuts in Fantastic Four First Steps, he will be 4 years old. When it comes to Secret Wars, they are looking for an actor in the 10 to 13-year-old range. So with Franklin being your guy, what are your thoughts on how they're going to be bringing him into the fold here as we lead up to Secret Wars? And what are your thoughts on Doctor Strange and Spider-Man siding with Doctor Doom?
I mean, Doctor Doom is gonna take Strange's powers, and that's what he gets. Why anyone? Like, come on, don't mess with Doom. Don't even shake his hand. I mean, one of my favorite ones is when Doom was having dinner with Storm. He took his shot. You go, buddy. Do your thing, Victor.
Oh, yeah. And it was announced in the What If Season 3 trailer that Storm will wield Mjolnir as the goddess of thunder in an episode to be voiced by the OG Storm actress from X-Men 97. So what are your thoughts on your girl getting the power up of your favorite hero?
I mean, she already has the power. You don't need a hammer. She's a goddess. Like that's the whole point of Storm. That they called her a goddess for her.
And
And
then,
if anybody in the X-Men could lift the hammer, it'd be her.
so we also have it on authority that the Scarlet Witch is not only returning, the big plan for her is her and Vision are going to lead the Young Avengers with the Vision Quest TV series. Then Agatha all along basically brought Wiccan into the fold and Tommy as well. I gotta tell you though, some of the best comic book television. It's wrapped up its first season now. Penguin. Penguin is hero season 1 level writing good at like filling in what in the world that was established in the Robert Pattinson Batman and then expanding on the aftermath of that first movie and setting up the sequel. It is top tier level storytelling. Uh, I it it's seriously, Danny. It's 8 episodes, and it might be some of the best 8 episodes of television ever. If Colin Farrell and Kristen Milioti don't get nominated for Emmys, it's going to be an absolute travesty.
Now,
But
Farrell's
definitely,
been doing a lot of good work. I mean, he started off kind of shaky, but like phone booth and now this. He's been doing some. He's been hitting some bangers lately.
speaking of shaky, remember my idea at Comic Con, Shaky Spider Man, aka Peter Parkinson's? I was so proud of that joke. Like I almost wanted to send that joke to SNL and be like, "You're welcome." But yeah, so we got a lot of great Marvel news, wrapping things up there. On the other side of things to date this episode, there is a very well talked about fight tonight on Netflix between Nobody Gives a Fuck Jake Paul and Iron Mike Tyson. And I know I just swore there. I apologize. I'll work on that. But who do you got in the fight tonight, Danny?
I'm hoping Tyson just. I mean, Tyson is what more than twice his age. Which shall that's all you need to know.
Well, here's the thing. Jake Paul's also
Paul
never
can't
fought
wait for
anybody that he
Tyson to be
wasn't heavier
60
than.
years old to step in the ring with him. Do you want 40-year-old Tyson? No, I don't want that smoke. How about 50? Yeah, how about I wait till he's 60 and he has some medical issues?
That's what I'm saying, though. I still would not want to take a punch from Mike Tyson,
No, I don't
like
take
60 years old or not.
no. There's going to be some shenanigans going on because I saw his brother. I saw Roy Jones Jr. knock his brother out and then hold him up until the bell rang. So I have no faith in either one of those schmucks.
Amazing stuff there. So moving on into the comic book world, the new Marvel, or I should say DC Ultimate Universe, the Absolute Universe, has debuted its Wonder Woman, Batman, and Superman #1 issues. Batman #2 actually coming out as of taping this episode. And I got to tell you, what they're doing with the Superman character is a really cool new take, man. They're doing what the Ultimate Universe did, which is just a totally separate canon. Certain ideas from a character's origin will remain, but then they're going to twist other ones. Like really, really well done stuff there. I'm excited to see what they do with that. But is there anything on your pull list coming up that you want to talk about?
Just worked Spider-Man, Black and Blood. We're rolling with that one. As far as like DC's always done well with Elseworlds. That's like 90% of DC is Elseworld stuff. Like the best
Well, speaking
stories.
of DC, I'm going to be doing TikTok reviews of this gorgeous new Jeff Johns Green Lantern omnibus that we got at the Comically Speaking half off sale. Shout out to Comically Speaking. Links in the description. Danny, now we got to clean house at that sale. So what was that like? Did you add any great new stuff to your collection? I got a Civil War first run 1 through 7, some great fill-ins in my Green Lantern books, but that omnibus was the big take home for me.
Yeah, I got a couple of boxes full of comics.
Dude, 4 for $1 comics, you can't beat that.
Oh yeah.
We actually gave some of those away as prizes at Rhode Island Comicon, which was
Mm-hmm.
really cool. But yeah, Danny, what else? Anything else you want to touch on, my friend?
No, we roll this through. I'm trying to work on getting a camera for the next con. I'm gonna upgrade the camera situation, some computer stuff. I'm gonna try to have some redundancies going forward, and hopefully
We are going to
all of
try
them
to
don't break
shoot
down at once.
while you're in town. We're going to try to shoot a 3 body problem review. Where Danny and I are going to watch the Netflix series before he heads back, and then we're going to do a live stream with it about talking about where he saw it differ from the books as compared to what it is for the series. And that'll be a great dynamic to tease there. So hopefully we can get that up this weekend. But again, we're going to put up some great stuff comedy wise on the TikTok. I've already been going with that, doing an incredible, incredible job after I won this election this week. I don't know, maybe not, but probably going to hear more of Trump. So just going to head on over to the Geigo Podcast TikTok and Instagram, and then look for later this weekend more content coming. Be sure to check out all those Rhode Island Comicon interviews right here on the YouTube. But yeah, for the return of Geek versus Nerd, I have been Chuck Hewatts,
I've been D.
and you guys have yourselves a week.